Kelly Fisher just lost that match there. Didn't do much wrong. Misko was on form. A couple of small errors, I suppose. Straight back on in this group format here at the Predator Championship League pool. First major of the year. And it's been a good tournament so far. Lots of pool for the fans to watch. All the players playing each other in this group format. Whoever finishes bottom is out of the tournament. Top 4 players will advance to the semi-finals and then the final. I'm joined by day 1 group winner Chris the Magic Man Mellin.
Cheers, Carl. Good to be back again. In for a treat with Kelly Fisher versus David Alcaide, the reigning World Masters champion, up against the reigning World Ladies 9-ball champion.
Yeah, both players have played 3 matches and won 1 match, so that tells you how big this match is right there.
Yeah, this could be one of them with whoever wins could be sending the other person home. But there's still a long way to go. And a dry break from David Alcaide, leaving Kelly no shot.
Yeah, the balls didn't seem to split too good there, so I think John needs to take a bit more time on the rack there. It was a bit sluggish.
Yeah, John not living up to his nickname there, Carl. It does happen sometimes, you know, that you can't get the balls touching every time. There might be a minute gap here and there. But all in all, they do a great job.
Yeah, and as the event unfolds, obviously, the more play this table gets, things will start to change out there.
Push out.
Kelly deciding on a push out. Played a few of them in the last couple of games.
Okay, your option.
Has she left this one ball, Carl? If she has, it may be a line, a direct line just past the 2 ball. Probably going to play it safe, but he doesn't like it.
Kelly Fisher won't know this, but the Clenk catcher is about to go 4-1 up against Ralph Suke, and that means if Ralph loses that match, he will have played 4 and lost all 4.
That's a very good shot there by Kelly. That's showing a snooker background there. Very, very good shot. But she may be in trouble after this.
Well, I'm not saying David's going to play the bank up into the top left, but it just gave me a little reminder of the 9-ball bank he played against Alex Kazakis in the final. One of the most enthralling finals we've ever seen. It was hill and he fired the bank into the top left corner pocket. I don't believe he's going to play that shot. It just kind of reminded me. Of course, later on in the week, Alex Kazakis will be here. Both these players feeling the pressure now. They both know they've only played 3 matches and won 1 so far. So one of these players at the table right now will stay on 1 win from 4.
And Ralph Suke still has to play David Alcaide.
Ooh, drama.
Massive, massive match this is. Both players know it, so we might see some edginess.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you want to try and finish in the top four, but ultimately your goal is to, not finish last, so you get more lives in the event.
Another good shot there by Kelly. David will be looking to go 2 rails, kick the 1 ball from behind, and try and stop the cue ball near the 9. Got to be careful though, because he doesn't want to make this 1 ball in the side pocket, because then he'll be hooked on the 2. He's just trying to get distance. I think he's left a little gap. Does the 1 ball go? I'm not sure. But if it does, Kelly will be taking this on. Well, it obviously doesn't, so she's looking to play the 1 ball into the side rail, over towards the 6, and send the cue ball up towards where it is now. And if she gets this right, it's going to be very difficult for David to get out of this hook. Well, she's made it. I don't think she wanted to make it, because look at where the cue ball's landed.
Yeah, that was a funny one. If she could see the potting angle, she could have maybe tried to play 4 rails for the 2 in the bottom right. But
well, she could have played it a lot slower, because the 3 ball and the 8 ball would have been in the way had she have missed.
Incredible.
Well, the 2 balls snuck its head out. Kelly could be in trouble after this one. Here's a question for you, Carl. Do you play this slowly and try and snooker Kelly behind the 3 and the 8 and the 4? Or do you play the 2 ball to the top rail, the cue ball twice across and behind the 3 and 8?
Well, I suppose it depends how much of the 2, because if he plays the 2 up the top, he wants it on the centre of the rail. That tells you he could see enough, so that's fine. Good shot.
That's the right shot. Obviously getting the object ball safe. That's a very good safety from David.
Table 2, that match is over. Eklund Catchy wins 5-1. Ralph, no wins out of 4. Such a different story to yesterday. Of course, Ralph nearly qualified for the semi-finals yesterday. Won 3 matches out of 6, but just missed out. So Ralph is under severe pressure.
Well, is Kelly deciding to jump this? This is a real tough shot if she's deciding to jump this. Got to jump over 2 balls. And there's a big danger that this cue ball could be flying.
She said in comms yesterday it's not the strongest part of the game. She's been working on it recently, so let's see how she gets on. Not too
Foul.
good.
Legal contact.
I think whoever's coaching Kelly's jumping game needs to get a new job.
Yeah, she seemed to more put her shoulder into that shot instead of letting her arm do the work.
You nearly made a couple of nice jump shots yesterday, Chris. Both rattled, stayed over the pocket.
Yeah, I thought I'd made both of them, to be honest, but obviously they stayed right in the jaws of the pocket.
Yeah, they wasn't easy. Very difficult jump shots. She was very close. Played a lot of good shot-making shots yesterday, and I think overall on reflection, deserving your spot on finals day.
Well, the 2 and the 3 is easy enough, but David's just looking where he can leave the cue ball to get an angle to get onto the 4. So he's thinking 3 balls in front here. And that's a clever shot, because if he'd have played for the 3 ball into the right hand pocket, the 8 ball then becomes a blocker. This way he can screw the cue ball 2 rails out for the 4 ball into the same pocket. Well, he's under it that by a long, long, long way. Does he play the bank, or does he play the snooker behind the 6 ball? For me, I think you've got to play the bank here. It's not a tough shot. Well, he doesn't like it. And he's played that well. But if he's left the top rail, it's not a tough shot to get out of.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Chris. You've got to be happy with that, surely. I know what you mean, but... I mean, he should have been out, shouldn't he, really? It weren't the most difficult shot to get on the 4 ball, so he's clearly feeling the pressure.
Kelly's going to play this with a touch of right hand spin, hoping to use top rail, side rail and hit the 4 ball, half ball. Good hit there by Kelly. Not left David anything easy.
Yeah, she'll be going back to her chair. A very happy lady with the result of that. Main thing is she's not sold the rack out, so you would think she's going to get another visit in this rack. Next match on table 2 is Niels Fayen. He will play Misko Fortunski. Both players have not lost a match today.
A lot of people may have thought that's lucky from Kelly, which there was a little bit of luck in it, but she shouldn't have been coming back to the table. David should have run out from where he was. So she deserves that little bit of luck.
There you see David playing with a little extension on the back of his cue. That seems to be a bit of a thing in the pool world now. Quite a lot of the players have put the little extension on the back.
Yeah, I was actually winding Darren up earlier. I was saying, are you going to be using the little extension on the back? Are you going to be using a wooden shaft or a Revo shaft? Are you going to have your glasses on? Are you going to have a glove on? And his answer was, I don't know yet.
Well, I think he definitely needs his glasses on. So, it's not Kelly's best ever safety shot. I think she was trying to get the cue ball in behind the purple 5.
Yeah, that's just a little dump shot. Not leaving any kind of potting opportunity for David. You may see David play the same shot he's just played, but he's just having a look at the 9, but that's very risky. I think playing the same shot of what he just played a minute ago is the correct shot. But it's important to try and get the 4 ball and the cue ball tight on the rails. Good effort there from David. And what is Kelly Fisher going to play here? Is she going to bend the cue ball around the 8, try and hit rail first and kick the 4 up the table?
Yeah, it was a nice shot from David. Left distance and managed to get that 8 ball in the way.
Just depends how much of a gap there is between the rail and the 4 ball. So if there's only a little gap, the cue ball will go up the table along with the 4 and she'll probably leave it. She needs to get it right behind the 4.
Yeah, and often you see the cue ball squirt out as well, like Chris just said. She needs a little bit of luck.
And because she didn't hit that anywhere near where she meant to do, she's left David plumbing on the 4-ball.
Yeah, and the 6-9 combo is wired, so it's all about this shot now.
Let's not forget though, David's under a lot of pressure in this match.
First rack goes to David Alcaide. And we were just speaking about Ralph. He's played 4, lost 4. And he's next on the match table. And he's playing David Alcaide. So Ralph's under severe pressure now. Albion Ocean's only won 1 match so far.
Well, Ralph's frame difference is he has won 12 racks in the matches that he has lost.
Yep, he desperately needs a win. It goes without saying. And even 1 win might not be enough, so he needs to beat David Alcaide, and then his last match doesn't get any easier. It will be against Albion Ocean.
And Kelly Fisher has won 7
Rack number
racks in the
Transfer
matches she's won,
1
but she has
0
won a match.
for Mr. Alcaide. Ms. Fisher to break.
Pretty good break there. Lost the cue ball a little bit to the side rail, and I think she's gonna. Oh, she might have a shot here, Chris.
Yeah, I think she's on it. I'm not sure how she can get good position on the 2 though. Just caught the rack a little bit too thin on the right hand side, which is why the cue ball's gone over to the right hand side of the table from where Kelly was looking.
That is what's so good about pool. No 2 racks are ever the same. You never quite know what rack and what split you're going to get. So you're always faced with different problems. So she gets down. Plays a nice shot there actually, Chris.
Yeah, it's a very good shot there to get the cue ball away from the right hand side of the table. Just need to play a little soft screw. Try and avoid the 9 ball if she can, and also avoid the 5 ball. She certainly needs to make things happen. Missed a couple of balls in the last match, which she doesn't normally miss, but this is dangerous, topping it. It could go wrong. Oh, and a nice little kiss there from Kelly. Good pot. And this is her opportunity to level up at 1 frame all.
Yeah, this type of shot's bread and butter for Kelly Fisher. There you see. She's starting to move a little bit though, you could see. She just, I don't know if she's always done that, Chris. She just kind of jumps up a little bit on the shot.
Well, I do know she's got a few issues. She was in the bathroom the other day and she slipped and fell. Banged her head, banged her knee and banged her elbow. So she's been in a little bit of pain. Whether that's making a jump when she plays the shot, I'm not sure. And that is nowhere near hard enough. Even if she hadn't have hit the 9 ball, it wouldn't have been anywhere near hard enough.
I think she's got to play a cross bank here. Or she could put it in the corner and come out.
I think you've got to cut it in the top corner, Carly. Give yourself an opportunity. Just get it somewhere near the pocket and it should drop. Not an easy shot by any means.
Yeah, at first glance I thought the 7 ball was a bit more kind of central to the bottom rail, but where it is anyway, you can still cut that ball in, so she'll definitely play this into the top left. Such a good potter, of course, so she'll just focus on the pot.
She's just got to avoid the right hand centre pocket. Great shot in the heart of the pocket. Great shot from Kelly Fisher.
Yeah, she cued that absolute perfection. She needs to focus on this as well, though, because they can always go a bit wrong, but that's fine. So she's going to tie this match up.
Well, this is a great finish from Kelly Fisher. Potted some great pressure balls. This to level the game, 1-1.
And of course, Kelly Fisher played yesterday. She won her first 2 matches. Unfortunately, lost her last 4. She actually missed a 9 ball against Catcher at 4-3 up in the side pocket to beat him. So that was a shame. But she's, she's doing herself and the ladies' game a lot of justice. Of course, we're going to see 2 more ladies coming near the end of the week. Christina Tech, I think I've pronounced that correctly, from Russia, and Yasmin Ocean, of course, the sister of Albin Ocean, so hopefully Albin's still around then and we might see a brother and sister match up. That'll be quite interesting.
Yeah, I think they've actually played in the World Cup of Pool together. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe they have.
Yeah, you're right, they did play together, certainly
Rack number 3
once,
and
maybe a
4,
couple of
1-1
times.
for Alcaide to break.
I'm not sure, if they went really deep in the event, but they've definitely played together. I'm not sure if they've ever played against each other though in a tournament. I mean, certainly not a Matchroom tournament.
Good break by David there. Lost control of the cue ball a little, but he'll take that. He's got a thin cut, either to play a combo 1 onto the 8 or to cut it into the right hand corner. Can David just drop the 2 ball in and maybe cannon the 8 ball? Got to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to follow the 8 ball in. He's going close to it. And now he's left himself in trouble. He can't get the cue ball away from the top rail, I don't believe.
Yeah, anywhere straight but there. That's good news for Kelly Fisher, and I'm sure Kelly's long-time friend and also legend of pool, multiple world champion Alison Fisher will be watching this match. Good news for pool fans. They are going to be playing in the World Cup of Pool representing Great Britain B. So that is a treat for pool fans. I can't wait to watch them compete. Alison, I hope you're on the practice table.
Great shot there from David. Did well to get the cue ball away. Had to play that with a little bit of right hand spin. Was missable, but played a nice little shot there.
Yeah, so if you pool fans wasn't aware, that is a bit of breaking news. The 2 Fishers, Kelly and Alison, are playing in the World Cup of Pool together. And David wins rack 3. We will be back after a short break.
combination, maybe off the 8. Oh, trick shot by Woodward. What a shot by Evolution.
One thing's guaranteed, that shot will appear on plenty of highlight reels.
Whoa, did he split the wicket? What a beautiful shot that was. What a beautiful execution.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it's best if you get up to the table and just hit the ball.
Welcome back to Milton Keynes, where the second day's play is continuing in the inaugural Predator Championship League of Pool. Carl Boyce has slipped out for some much-needed food, and it's Michael McMullen now jumping in to join Chris Melling for the rest of this match. What have you made of it so far, Chris?
Yeah, very good match so far. David broke and ran the last rack. Kelly made a couple of errors, but it's been a good match so far. Little unfortunate there not to have a easier opportunity on the 2-ball. But if she does make it, she's going to have a 3-6 combination.
From the other table, it's 2-0 now to Mieszko Fortunski against Niels Fyan. Both of those players with 100% records so far. Fortunski's played 3 matches, Fyan's played 2, and neither of them has been beaten yet.
Good shot there by Kelly. Wasn't easy bridging over the 9 and 8 ball. This combination's no easy feat either. Brilliant shot there by Kelly. Very, very unfortunate that the other 3 ballers followed it in. She's hit it that good that both balls have fallen in, and now she's not got an easy 4-ball.
Yeah, the idea with that shot was obviously to just leave the 3 over the pocket and then get position on the 4 off that. But this has ruined all her plans.
She could play the bank shot, it's dangerous. But I think she'll play the snooker behind the 9 and the 8 ball. Well, she'll take that. not left David a real easy safety. He could clip it thin, but it's dangerous because you could miss the 4-ball altogether. May see David play this with a lot of left-hand spin, rail first, trying to make the 4-ball.
Such a key match for both of these players. They're both on 1 win out of 3. And the difference between winning and losing is massive, really. 2 wins out of 4, you're effectively still on course, really, because you think if you can win half your matches, you've a pretty good chance of finding that's enough to reach the semi-finals. But if you're only on 1 win out of 4, well then, really, it's only 1 win in the difference, but the way the group is playing out, it then almost plunges you into a battle just to avoid finishing bottom and being eliminated altogether.
Well, Alcaide, Albin and Fisher have won 1 out of 3 so far, and Ralph hasn't won a match from 4. Well, it was a good effort there from David. Wasn't easy to get the cue ball back down and hit the ball thin. Does Kelly Fisher play a safety, or does she go for the bank? Cue ball's close to scratching. That is so unlucky if she hasn't got the snooker, because she's played that brilliantly.
I think she has, though. She raised her hand in acknowledgement of something. Maybe it was avoiding the scratch, or maybe it was... maybe she felt she'd been fortunate if she has hooked him here.
That was a brilliant shot there from Kelly. Not only did she avoid the scratch, she's got the cue ball right up against the 7. We could see David either play 1 rail into the 4, or possibly 3 rails into the 4. I think the 3 rails is probably the better shot, because you could make it in the side pocket. Oh, it was close. It was a great effort.
It was a great call from you, Chris, to spot it, and he almost managed to execute it.
Yeah, wasn't too far away from that, Michael. But he'd be certainly happy where the cue ball's landed. This is no easy shot he's left Kelly.
It's one of those, though, isn't it? If she gets it, it's probably going to be a rack winner.
Well, I think this is short of pace.
Yeah, she needs a bit of a bounce here. Oh, she's not got it. She's nowhere near, really.
And that's a few times today that Kelly's potted a good ball and left the cue ball short.
What do you think of the bank shot on the 5 here?
Yeah, she can play the bank shot and just kill the cue ball, or even push the cue ball to the side rail. It's dangerous because she has got an easy safety. Well, it's turned out great because Kelly's got the 4-ball, 5-ball dead tight on the top rail. And if you remember, in the World Masters, in the final, David Alcaide had this shot to win the title.
He did against Alex Kazakis. He'd been 5-0 down in that. Ended up winning at 9-8. Wonderful celebration when he pulled it off, the full table bank shot.
David is in trouble. Does he play the double kiss and try and send the cue ball back down the table? Whatever he tries here is very, very difficult. And he wasn't a million miles away from getting a good safety. He's left the 4 ball. It's not easy. With Kelly being a right-hander, the 7 ball is going to be in Kelly's eye line. Just concentrate on making the pot. It's automatic position for the 7. Straight into the out of the pocket. Sign of a confident player.
Yeah, and vindicating the fact that she turned down the bank shot a few minutes ago. Decided to be patient. As a result of that, she's ultimately carved out this chance now to level things at 2 apiece.
Well, I'll be surprised here if she plays for the 8 ball in the centre pocket. Play it with top spin and you'll come round for the 8 ball in the opposite corner. I was very surprised she's played that shot, and now making this 8 is no easy feat, and neither is getting position onto the 9. As she fluked it, it's close.
Oh, she has, you know. Oh! How did that not go in? And what a difference it's going to make now. Instead of levelling at 2-all, which she looked for all the world as though she was going to do, she's going to have a bit of daylight now separating her and Alcaide. This is surely going to be 3-1 in a few moments.
Yeah, I just thought it was a wrong shot choice to not spin the 7 ball in and play for the 8 ball into the right hand corner. It was always the danger if she landed near the rail that she'd have no easy pot on the 8.
It was an easy pot on the 9 for Alcaide there to finish it off. So he's going well here. Looking for his second win. He leads Kelly Fisher by 3 racks to 1. And what a day it's turning into for Mieszko Fortunski. He's looking to make it 4 wins out of 4. And he's on the hill already against Niels Feyen, who's also unbeaten so far today, having only played 2 matches. It's 4-0 now to Fortunski, and it was far from routine to run out that 4th rack, but he's just pulled it off. So he's on the brink of getting his 4th win. Now, as we've been saying, it is possible to get 4 wins and still not make the semi-finals, but it's highly unlikely. So it looks as though he's on the brink of a place in the last 4, with 2 matches still to go.
Yeah, he's certainly been the player of the day for me. Niels has missed 2 relatively easy shots and hung them both in the pockets, otherwise this game will be 2-all. But it's been very, very impressive as Mieszko.
Score is 3-1, Mr. Alcaide. Mr. Alcaide to break.
No.
Looks pretty good, Chris.
Yeah, how do you like them? One ball got kissed a few times and it's landed perfect. Nothing to do with the cue ball, automatic position onto the 3. Can't see too many problems in this rack for David Alcaide. It's imperative here when David played this shot that it lands to the left hand side of the pink 4. For me, screw through the gap of the 5 and 6. It's automatic position and he'll always land on the right side of the ball. Because if he doesn't and he lands on the right side of pink 4 ball. He's going into the 9. That's what he's looking at.
Kelly Fisher's day, not entirely dissimilar to yesterday. She made a good start, won her first 2 matches yesterday, and then it all sort of ebbed away from her very steadily over the rest of the day. She lost 4 in a row. Well, she didn't actually manage to register the second win today, but like I say, not dissimilar, because she made such a positive start, beating Ralph Souquet in that opening match. But ever since then, it's just not quite happened for her. She was heavily beaten by Eklund Kachi, who was playing so well in that early part of the day. And then another heavy defeat against Mieszko Fortuński. And she could be on the brink of being beaten quite substantially again here.
Yeah, when Kelly's lost her matches, they've all been by heavy deficits. She's only won 1 rack in each of the matches that she's lost so far. But the one thing in Kelly's favour to stop her getting eliminated is Ralph Souquet has not won a match. And the only match that Kelly Fisher won, she beat Ralph Souquet.
Yeah, if he goes on losing his matches, it won't matter what anyone else does in terms of avoiding last place. Obviously, if you lose them all, you're guaranteed to finish bottom. But David Alcaide is perhaps not entirely guaranteed to complete this run out here, Chris. That didn't go to plan.
He underhit that shot a little bit there. He'll be disappointed because it was a great opportunity.
Can still be rescued, of course, but needs a good recovery shot here to do that.
Good shot there by David. Perfect onto the 7 ball. And he's going to take a 4-1 lead over Kelly Fisher.
Yeah, he looked so disconsolate earlier in the day, but you can really see him growing in confidence as the afternoon wears on. And he's really in command of this match now. Fisher stuck on 1. Alcaide on the hill. And the good news for him, of course, is that he'll be on again almost immediately, really, to play Ralph Souquet, who has really been struggling for results today, and that gives him a good chance, if he does complete the win here, to back it up with another one and really put himself in prime position then for a semi-final spot, which really wasn't looking likely at all when he had won only 2 racks in his first 2 matches.
Yeah, Ralph Souquet has got to play David Alcaide and Albin Auschen. Kelly Fisher's got to play Albin Auschen and Niels Feyen. No easy games.
Well, you could potentially end up with Souquet against Auschen being a sort of eliminator at the end of the round robin section, but all sorts of things can happen, and indeed surely will,
Number 6, current
between
score
now
is
and then.
4-1, Mr. Alcaide, Ms. Fisher to break.
Last chance then for Kelly Fisher. Oh,
9
it's a golden
balls.
break. The second one I think we've seen today. We had one from Mieszko Fortuński earlier on. Look at this. Yeah, it gets kicked there, doesn't it?
What a way to get yourself back in the match.
Yeah.
9 ball on the break.
I think it was the 5 that kicked it, wasn't it, Chris? And straight into the side pocket. Alcaide still leading, but suddenly it's down to only 4-2. More in a moment.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
The 8. Oh, trick shot by Woodward. What a shot by Evolution.
One thing's guaranteed, that shot will appear on plenty of highlight reels.
Whoa, did he split the wicket? What a beautiful shot that was. What a beautiful execution.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it's best if you get up to the table and just hit the ball.
Kelly Fisher's golden break hasn't exactly given her a golden chance, but at least it's kept her in the match. She still trails against David Alcaide, but it's now 4-2. Alcaide, though, crucially has the break now in the 7th rack and will be keen to get the job done here.
Rack number 7. Current score is 4-2. Mr. Alcaide. Mr. Alcaide to break on the hill.
No shot on the 2 ball. Good break. A little bit unfortunate for the cue ball to get kicked up the table.
Ms. Fisher, your option.
What kind of safety shot do you play here? Whatever David's seen, it isn't going to be easy.
Looks to be all over on the other table. Mieszko Fortunski just completing the formalities of what's going to be a 5-0 win over Niels Fyon. We've had 36 matches here. That's only the second 5-0 win that anyone's had. Can you remember who got the other one, Chris?
Not quite sure. Think it was somebody called Chris.
It was you. In the very first match, actually, against Ralph Souquet yesterday. So Fortunski moves on now to 4 wins out of 4. For Fyon, that's his first defeat, coming in his 3rd match.
What is David going to play here? Is he going to play thin? Put the 2 ball on the right hand side rail and the cue ball on the left. He's stuck it up. He's stuck it up, and Kelly Fisher has a chance. Not an easy one, but a chance nevertheless.
Yeah, and crucially, if she could pull this off here and get back to 4-3, she's then got the break in the next rack.
And that's a great shot there from Kelly. Had a small window to land in, and she's landed really good. She can either play the 3 ball in the top or the side pocket. Well, she's looking at the top, but I think I'd be playing this in the side because it's automatic position onto the 4. And if you get on the 4 and make the 3, everything's ABC. See, now she's landed short on the 4. If she'd have played it into the side pocket, she'd have landed straight on the 4 ball. She's going away now from the 6. So one bad positional shot is leading to 2 or 3 more. Needs it to roll. Just about perfect. Nice little thin cut on the 6 ball into the top right hand corner pocket with a touch of draw and right hand spin to come back down for the 7.
Yeah, she was gradually slipping out of position and battling to get back into it. I think she'll be happy enough with this situation she's in now. Really should close to 4-3 here.
Yeah, she just potted the 6 ball there a little bit thin. It went in the left hand side of the pocket. She's played a good shot there. Killed the cue ball with a lot of right hand spin.
And she's played a good rack here. She's still in this. The golden break may prove to have been a really big turning point. Fisher closes to 4-3.
And also, every rack that Kelly Fisher wins, he's getting a close to Ralph Souquet.
Yeah, she needs to get as many on the board as she can, even if she loses the match, because obviously, as we said, she's had some heavy defeats. Remember, it goes to matches won first, then it's determined by the number of racks you've won in total, and if you're still in a tie with someone, it goes to the fewer number of racks lost. And if you're still tied after that, it all comes down to the head-to-head result between the 2 players who are tied.
Well, the pressure could be reversing itself onto David Alcaide, who's comfortably winning 4 racks to 1. And the golden break. And a bad mistake from David has let Kelly Fisher back into this match.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it, with this game? We see it so often that some freak occurrence, which ultimately is what a golden break really is, and the whole match can change, especially with the alternate break format.
What are the chances of Kelly Fisher getting another golden break?
I'd say the chance of doing 2 back-to-back is about 10 million to 1. But she's done one of them.
She'll take this. She'll take this. What a break.
Yeah, if the last break was golden, that one was at least silver.
The biggest problem in this rack is from the 5 ball to the 6 ball. Needs a cue ball to slow up. Just about okay. Needs to avoid the right hand centre pocket when drawing this. She could have done with the cue ball pulling up a little bit earlier than that, but she does get into the cue ball very well. And what a great shot she's played there. Decided to spin it with left hand spin. Absolutely perfect on the 3 ball. Needs a decent angle on the 4 to get to the 5. And doesn't want to be dead on the rail when she pots the 4. A little bit too straight. She's okay. She's got to power this in a little bit. And again, she doesn't want to leave the cue ball dead on the rail to get on the 5. Because believe it or not, when the object ball and the cue ball are stuck to the same rail, you can't pot the ball unless you spin it. And that was the danger.
Banging of the foot on the floor, an understandable frustration. So close to making it hill-hill.
Well, if the 5 balls touching the rail, she's in big trouble, because she has to make contact with another rail after hitting the 5. If it's not touching, she can just roll off the cushion into the 5 ball. This is not easy. If it's that close, she could be fouling. Well, what a shot she's played there. That is actually a good shot, believe it or not. There was nothing much she could do there.
It was a good shot, but one good shot from Alcaide here, and all of Fisher's efforts to turn this match around could prove to have been in vain.
I'm just wondering though, if David pots this, because he can't do much with the cue ball, is the cue ball going to run into the 9? Because the harder he plays it, the more the cue ball will go wide. There's a lot of pressure on this shot. It looks easy on our screens, but it won't be easy out there.
We've seen him do this once or twice today, haven't we? He's almost talked himself out of a shot. He knows the shot to play.
I'm not quite sure he does know what shot to play here.
Well, this is the thing. The thing is, of course, if there was a shot clock here, he'd just have to go with his instinct, which is usually right for players at this level. Now he's seen all the things that can go wrong. And this is a habit he's had earlier in the day as well, when he was really struggling.
Looks like he's playing it with a lot of right hand spin to avoid the 9. Makes the shot harder. Did you see the movement on the cue there? He's played a great shot, but there was so much movement. And if you remember, he did that in the World Masters.
Yeah.
And it cost him. Until Alex Kazakis gave him that bank shot.
Yeah. A dramatic finish 2 years ago. Still the holder of that tournament, because of course it wasn't played last year. Well, that really was an excellent shot. And in all probability, it's going to set him up to close out this match here. So Kelly Fisher has once again battled valiantly. Looked for all the world as though she was going to make it 4-all. But it seems now another defeat awaits her, and it's going to be just 1 win from 4. Alcaide will move on to 2 wins from 4. It doesn't sound like much of a difference, but believe me, it's a world of difference the way this group is playing out.
Oh, he's overrun this. Has he? Oh, he's just pulled up in time. This table does look to be playing a little bit slower than yesterday, but that's going to happen as the table gets more worn in.
David Alcaide then gets a crucial win. He closes it out against Kelly Fisher by 5 racks to 3. He's battling back in this group after a poor start and is right in the hunt now for a place in the semi-finals. He's straight back on this table to play Ralph Souquet. We'll bring you that in just a few minutes' time.